In today's video, we are going to be making Tagliatelle Alfredo, but with a bit of a twist, because we're going to be adding a special ingredient, and in today's recipe, the special ingredient is the cottage cheese, which is going to bring this dish to a whole new level. Are you first time on this channel? Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, because I have a new recipe coming every single week. Simple, delicious, and homemade. Enjoy the video.
Set a pan on medium heat and add 2 cloves of garlic. I don't want the garlic to overpower the sauce, that's why I'm adding it crushed. This will bring a soft garlic flavor to our pasta dish. Now is the time when I'm gonna get roasted by our Italian friends. And that's because instead of using butter for our Alfredo, I'm using 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Cook the garlic until it starts getting a nice golden color on the outside. Now back to my Italian friends. The reason I'm using extra virgin olive oil instead of butter for our Alfredo recipe is because I believe once the oil is emulsifying with that double cream, it gives to our sauce a really nice flavor. Talking about cream, for this recipe we need 200 milliliters of double cream or heavy cream, together with 20 grams of grated Parmesan, or you can use Pecorino Romano, and if you want, use a combination of both. Simmer the cream for 3-4 minutes on medium heat, and mix time to time until the sauce is reduced by half and it gets to a thicker consistency. The garlic is done its job by now, so you can simply remove it from the sauce. This might look a bit too thick for you at this point, but we will adjust to the perfect consistency once the pasta is cooked with a bit of that pasta water, so nothing to worry about. To cook the pasta, set a pot of water and add half tablespoon of salt. And now let's talk about the pasta you should choose for this recipe. It's obvious from the title that I'm using fettuccine, but let's talk a bit about it.
Tomato and cream sauces can be basically used with any shape of pasta, but if you want to go a bit more Italian, you might want to use the following advice. The long shapes of pasta work very well with cream sauces, and that's because they carry well the sauce and they bring a nice texture in combination with the smooth sauce. And just in case that you thought that you got it wrong so far, tagliatelles and fettuccines are exactly the same thing. You can use tagliatelle or fettuccine in any recipe that calls for spaghetti or linguine, and it's fair to say that it works very well the other way around. Now of course we have 2 options when buying pasta. One is dry and the other one is fresh. And in today's video I'm using dry pasta, and when you're buying it, try to look for durum with semolina, try to look for a rough surface, and the slower the drying process the better. So these are just a few elements when you're buying pasta, and I hope this helps.
Add the pasta to the boiling water and cook for about 8 minutes. It all depends how thick the pasta is. You don't want it to be overcooked, so keep an eye on it. Al dente is what we're looking for. Using some kitchen tongs, stir as it begins to cook to prevent individual strands from sticking. Now place the lid on the pot, but closely monitor to avoid having it boil over. If you are unsure if your pasta is ready, just take one out and test it. It should be slightly chewy and not cooked all the way through. That's what al dente is. Once ready, remove the pot from the heat, and using a colander or a strainer, get out the water immediately. Remember to keep some of that pasta water, because that's the key element to adjust our sauce. For now, add about 50 milliliters of water over that thick creamy sauce, and toss it or mix it depending on how it works best for you, before adding the cottage cheese. 1 full tablespoon of cottage cheese goes straight in. Now make sure that it gets well incorporated into the sauce. Give it a good mix, and now you can turn off the heat. The pasta itself has enough heat in order to get the cottage cheese to a warm temperature. Depending on how hungry you are, you have here about 2 portions. Now transfer some of the pasta to a bowl, and don't forget to garnish this with a bit of parsley, and if you want, add a bit of Parmesan or Pecorino Romano. Using the same principle of making the creamy sauce, after that other ingredients can be added. But my friends, this is a nice and creamy fettuccine alfredo with cottage cheese, and it can simply stay the way it is.
If you enjoyed this content, check other videos on my channel, and of course give you a thumbs up and share this with your friends and your family. Show them how to make a simple pasta. You keep watching and I'll keep cooking. See you next time.